You've did therapy, but found that you were just trying material out on the therapist. I love that part.
I don't know, the community that I grew up in, you don't talk about your problems.
Right.
You don't put that, you don't like air your family business. So I'm sitting here with this therapist and I'm just like, well, let me run these jokes. Let me run this. Like, let me run that. Like, now I'm realizing I'm paying money to make this heifer laugh. This is not cool. Like, this is not going to work for me. Like, but, you know, that therapist ended up suggesting that I do comedy as a hobby because I had stopped. Because I needed to make a living, and $25 a show is not making a living. And then I started like doing comedy as a hobby, and immediately, you know Vargas Mason?
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, Vargas has been doing comedy forever. And he saw me performing on this open mic where I was just, you know, trying it out. Just like my first time, like getting back, like, okay, I'm going to start this hobby. And he's like, you're funny. You should do this show with me. We're doing this show. It's like a women's conference and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, it's 15 minutes. You get $50. I was like, I'm there, bro. I am so there. And I get there and I'm doing my thing and I am bombing. I am bombing hard because I'm doing like all boyfriend jokes and stuff and some dick jokes. And turns out that that whole room was lesbians. And they are heckling me and they're like, I got a dick bigger than your boyfriend. I'll take you somewhere. I'll show you. And I was like, no, I like his. It has a heartbeat. And
no one told you who's the audience?
They did not tell me, and that's when I learned you got to know who your audience is. You got to know your audience, and I bombed. I bombed bad, but I stayed up there the whole 15 minutes because I wanted my $50, but I wasn't sure if he was gonna give it to me because I bombed so bad. It was so bad. It was bad. Like I felt like a piece of meat up there, just like, oh, this is horrible. And I go backstage and I'm trying not to cry, and he's like, whoa, rough room, right? It gives me my $50, and I was like, are you paying me anyways? Oh, I'm doing this for the rest of my life. I just got to figure out how to get better and better and better. And that's what I've been doing ever since, getting better and better every chance I get. And I do make mistakes and I do bomb from time to time, but that's the nature of the beast. And every fail is a lesson to be successful. And don't say that shit again. Try something else.
Yeah. Also, there are times where you try something, it doesn't work. And I don't know if you've had this, but you try something, it doesn't work, but it sounds so corny, but it like opens a door to something else that might work. Do you know what I mean? It's not just, oh, that didn't work, I won't say that again. But sometimes it leads to something else.
It does. And I'll run a joke like 6 times, 6 different shows. If it doesn't work the 6 times, then I know, okay, this is probably not the right route to go. This is not the correct wording. The idea to me is funny, but this is not this don't hit. Don't do this one no more. Mm-hmm. But maybe the premise is good, so try it a different way. Rewrite it this way.
Have you noticed that if you work too hard on something and it's not coming, it means it's not there?
Right.
Like sometimes the best things just come so easily, and I cannot tell you how long. It took me a long time to learn this, but I got a work ethic, and I would work and work and work on something, and it's just not there. And then I realized if you're working that hard on it and it's not there, you got to just walk away.
You got to let it go. Gotta let it go. And when in doubt, throw it out.
Yes.
When in doubt, throw it out. If you doubting it and like it's not getting it, let it go. I've been practicing that a lot lately with relationships and all kind of stuff. And I've been throwing stuff away. But I am still a hoarder of clothes. Because I think I could fit in this again. I know I didn't wear it. I haven't worn it since 99. But I will get that small again. I might be 70 years old. But I will wear that crop top one more time.
Do you relate, Sona?
Oh my God, yes. It's so sad. The clothes that I have in my closet that I just won't throw away.
Yeah, because
I don't want to give in to the fact that I'm a large now and I used to be a medium. I can't do it.
Oh my goodness. Some of my stuff I've given to my sister. This is my issue. Like I need to, if I give away clothes, and when I do, and I usually do about 2-3 times a year, I like have to give it away to charity, because when I give it to like my sisters and I see them wearing it, I want to rip that shit off their back.
Give me that back. That
I'm like,
good.
hey, that's mine. Hey, why it look better on you than it does on me? I'm like, did you take that out of my closet? They're like, you gave it to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I did give it to you. But inside, I'm like, I should take that shit back.
Okay, so you've had this crazy success. You haven't changed, and so but you say in the book you talk about Groupon. You still using your Groupon?
Still use my Groupon.
Okay.
Yeah, I just bought some weights on it just recently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, some new weights, some kettlebells.
Oh, Kettlebell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever walk around with those weight vests? You know, some people do that.
I just bought a weighted vest.
I was walking with my wife the other day, and then at one point it's getting hot, so she takes off her like sweatshirt or whatever, and I see that she's wearing this, looks like a bulletproof vest, and I said, "What the fuck is that?" And she was like, "Oh, it adds like 20 pounds to my walk so that I'll work harder." And I didn't know. I thought, she didn't tell me, first of all. But again, we haven't touched each other in years.
She's first line of defense.
Yeah, she said this protects me.
Chastity vest.
This protects me.
He won't touch these tits.
His scaly hands aren't getting me. But you got one of those.
Yeah, I just ordered one on Groupon. Yeah, it was like $50. And it's a 20-pound weighted vest. I just ordered it, and the kettlebells. Yeah. Because I want to like walk with that stuff. That's so funny. Me and your wife should be friends.
Let's do it. She would love it.
Let's go on a weighted walk.
She's cool.
Okay, take it easy. She's cool.
She's really cool.
Yeah, I married well. I did the right thing.
Good.
In your book, you talk about you found this thing called a rage room. I don't know what a rage room is. What's a rage room?
Oh my gosh, a rage room. So it is a room where you can go and you can break stuff. I feel like it's perfect for white men. For all the movies I've seen where y'all just tear up rooms, and I'm like, who's gonna clean that up? But you go to this place. I go to this place called the LA Break Room in Van Nuys, and they have like crates full of cups and bowls and plates, and you can just throw them against the wall and break them. You can they have old appliances in there, ovens, microwaves, refrigerators, a stove, chairs. Oh, there's one chair. I fucked that chair up. I took everything I had. It was like, it's better than sex. It's such a great release. And I just tore that shit up, demolished it, and nobody is mad at me.
I've never heard of. Do you guys? I mean, I want to do this.
I do know. I've heard about them, and they're awesome. I've never been, but
it's great for a date night too, so they can see how angry you can be. You know how destructive you can be. But I'm not destructive like that. But oh man, it feels so good.
Oh, I could break some stuff.
One time I went, they had all Ronald Reagan library cups, mugs.
Whoa!
I was like, I hate to do this to you, Reagan, but you did bring drugs into our community. And I demolished them. Your war on drugs was garbage.
You mentioned your community. I love is you live in South Central and you keep doubling down and buying homes in South Central, right?
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I mean, how many, I mean, I don't want to get too specific, but you've bought a lot of properties there.
Yeah, I only own one.
Okay.
But the foundation, the LLCs, the trust funds.
I see.
They own many. And every time I do a movie or a TV show, I buy a piece of land. I always tell them, like, make sure I get paid enough where I can buy, like, an apartment building, where I can buy something that can make a difference. You know, when I was little, I used to think I was going to be the queen of South Central Los Angeles. I want to be the queen of the hood. And now, like, on my street, I own, well, the trust owns many homes.
That's fantastic.
And then in apartment buildings and duplexes that I own, I house foster youth in it. I rent them out to organizations that help foster youth get housing and life skills and all that. And I house a bunch of them. But they don't know that I own it. But I do come by and mentor and talk to the kids. And and really I'm just checking to make sure they didn't tear my shit up.
It's a rage room.
I'm like, why is there footprints on the ceiling?
I'm here to mentor you and also check up on stuff. Give you good life advice, but check.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's so cool is I heard there are these big after parties after events, like whether it's the Emmys or the Golden Globes or the Oscars, but after one you went back to the neighborhood. Yeah,
I went right home. Right to South Central LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you skipped the fancy party.
I went to the fancy party, took a picture, and then left. And you talking about when I went over to my homegirl house over in Compton?
Yeah.
So she was having a card party. So, and then the police came. And I took pictures with the police. My face was beat for the guys. But I went to the event and took some pictures at the little after party, left from there, and like changed my clothes, put on some but I didn't wash my face, and I went over there It's like, bitch, you up here all cute, looking all good. I'm like, yeah, but let me whoop that ass in spades. We playing spades. We here for the spades. And then I guess, I don't know, some people took pictures and posted, and then the police found out I was in the community, and they came over and like, we here to protect you, make sure don't nothing happen to you. But I'm like, I come over here all the time, don't nothing happen to me. Like, I'm queen of the hood.
You are.
I'm not the queen of the hood. In my mind.
Well, you keep buying these properties. You are.
Like, hey, landlord.
Yeah.
Lord of the land.